Hey there people, how you doing? So today we have the software review of the Note 20 Ultra, and I've already done a full One UI review, you can say, for the S20 Plus, and I've gone in depth with all the customizations, my few complaints, all of the amazing features we have. Good luck, even if you guys know about Good luck, that's just incredible. No doubt about that. So yeah, I've already talked about that in depth in that video. I'll link it and you can check it out if you want a more in-depth dive into One UI. But today I am more interested in what the Note 20 Ultra specifically has to offer for us, because I think we can all admit that the Note 20 Ultra is in no way a typical smartphone, even for Samsung. So, since this is different from any other smartphone out there, Samsung or otherwise, I think we should discuss about the exclusive features we can get. It could be exclusive to the Note lineup and it's been in the Note maybe forever, like the S Pen, or maybe it just got introduced to the Note 20 Ultra. So, yeah, let's talk about that. But first, I'll just brush over One UI and how it's been treating me. And right from the moment you look at One UI, you'll see that it's very different from stock Android and almost every other OS out there. And it's almost different in a good way because it offers a ton of customization. And I know customization isn't for everybody, but for those people who like it, they'll absolutely love One UI. There are many things that are unique here. First and foremost is the one-handed mode. I think that every single UI, including Apple's iOS, should have this because it is beyond comfortable to use. Like, think about it. You want to make a quick call to someone, and the moment you open the caller app, you can just call them without even thinking about it. You can just use your single hand and it's done. Using two hands, say on the OnePlus 8 Pro, I had to use two hands to call someone. And at that point, it kind of felt annoying, and I really began appreciating this one-handed mode that we have here. It's sublime, but like one of the most useful features, no doubt about that. And of course, One UI as such, it has been very smooth, and it was obviously very smooth on the S20. It's the same story here. So really, I don't have any crazy complaints against One UI, and I think it's very nice. And yeah, that's basically the gist here. So now let's talk about what really makes the Note tick, because without a doubt, without the S Pen, the Note 20, any Note wouldn't exist. I think that this year, the S Pen has one of the most major upgrades that we have seen in like a long time now. I'm talking about years, that kind of long time. And I really like the upgrades. First and foremost of which is that we have much lower latency this time around. And the result of it is because of two improvements. Firstly, we have some kind of an AI algorithm, well, at least that's what Samsung says. Apparently, when you write, it'll predict how your S Pen is gonna move and then make the screen response a little bit faster. But also we have 120 Hz on this display, and with that, and I think it's around 180 Hz of touch response time, and just coupling all of these improvements together, it basically makes the use of the S Pen that much more real time, because 9 milliseconds, that's really non-existent. It's right up there with the iPad Pro. Now, there are obviously numerous use cases here. You can use it occasionally for notes. Maybe you want to just write down something that's as a reminder, or you could take business meeting notes or business minutes, and then almost make presentations on this. And of course, my use case, that comes as an artist, because I am an artist, but I have never tried out digital art as such. And having tried out that on the Note 20 Ultra, it kind of changed my perspective on just how useful the S Pen is to me. And I just really want to stress the fact that the S Pen is useful to me. It works perfectly because there's a low latency, there's the amazing Pen Up app that comes built in. That's pretty amazing. And I'll be honest, these are the two artworks that I've done, and the first one was kind of a trial thing. I haven't even named that one. The second one though, that one I was serious about because I wanted to make something that looked amazing on the Note 20 Ultra. I wanted it to look like it was an actual painting that I would make normally, the photorealistic kind of thing that I'm much into. And let's be honest, it came out very well indeed because, I mean, I don't think I felt this convenient using a digitized S Pen on a screen and doing this kind of sketching or pencil shading, however you want to put it. But see, that's the thing. How many people are going to use this in the manner I do? I can't think of a lot. I don't think there are a lot of people who are so much inclined towards, making artworks in their phones like I am to justify buying a $1,300 device for an S Pen. Because clearly, if you want to spend less money and you want to get a similar phone, you can. I'm talking about in the Samsung lineup itself. So, yeah, that's the kind of conclusion I have on the S Pen. Without a doubt, it is an amazing feature, and for someone like me, it brings a lot of pleasure to use, but others may not even take it out. I mean, end of the day, the only other universal features this was got are like air gestures, flipping through photographs, which you can quite easily do with a finger. And I think the only good feature is remote shutter button. I mean, you can use it if you're propped up the phone and then you want to move a little bit further back and take a selfie. That works. I haven't used it because I don't take selfies as such, but yeah, I can't tell people that you should buy the Note 20 Ultra because it has an S Pen. No, I can only tell people that if you want an S Pen, buy the Note 20 Ultra. If you want a stylus support, buy the Note 20 Ultra because it's the best one you'll get, ever. Okay, now we can finally talk about DeX, wireless DeX, because I think that's another huge feature if you use it. I think that's the thing about the Note 20 Ultra here. It has some of the breakthrough features here with the S Pen and then with the wireless DeX. It almost feels crazy, but it's just a fact that unless you actually use these features, they're basically useless. That's just how it goes. So, wireless DeX. I'll be honest, I haven't used normal DeX, the wired DeX, to date, primarily because it needed a wire. It meant that I needed either an adapter or a special kind of cable with HDMI on one side and USB-C on the other. Wireless DeX, on the other hand, it's something I've used a lot more because, well, end of the day, it's wireless, which means that I can sit back on my couch and use my TV as a display for my phone, which, not bad. That makes so much more sense. Of course, if you have a monitor, then wired DeX would feel very much similar to wireless because, your phone is right there beside you. But if you want to use it on an actual TV like me, then wireless DeX is the obvious way to go. And how would one use DeX? I mean, that's the one question that has been on my mind since I started using wireless DeX, because I've used it primarily for playing certain videos, maybe, and just browsing through certain stuff, and I just wanted a bigger screen to do certain stuff that I do on the phone. And wireless DeX, for that reason, it has been very useful. Also, the S Pen, it kind of ties into it because the S Pen basically acts as some kind of a pointer for your wireless DeX. So, I mean, the Note 20 Ultra is amazing if you want that kind of experience. And technically you could even use wireless DeX for business meetings and presentations and such. You won't even need your laptop. I'm not saying you should do that, but it's a possibility. Hell, Samsung even showed off that you could play your games with wireless DeX. Of course, that would obviously require a proper ultra wideband connection and not the screencast connection that we have with LG. You'll need a Samsung TV, but if you have it, then you could play your mobile games. And I think they also had the Xbox Game Pass games on these, so yeah, you could use those. Those are very much possible if you have ultra wideband support. And, well, end of the day, I think that these two features, the stylus, not exactly a new feature, but the way they have improved it, and the experience that we have with the stylus, for me as an artist, for someone who wants to take a number of notes, for them, it's awesome. It's beyond awesome. Wireless DeX, again, for someone who wants to use it for presentations or wants to just watch certain videos which you cannot watch on your TV directly, then remotely watching it with your phone in your hands to control stuff, it just works amazingly, no doubt. So yeah, I definitely like how there have been a number of good improvements and features added to the Note 20 Ultra, and I like that it's not stagnating, because I honestly didn't think that I would need to do a software review, given that I just did one for the S20 Plus, again, to check it out. But the fact that we have these new exclusive features for the Note 20 Ultra, it just goes to show that the improvements and innovations never stop, and I'm just glad they don't. That is it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, do hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will be seeing you guys later. Cheers.